Hello traders, welcome to Trade Forex with Gabe, and this is the weekly Forex Forecast. My name is Gabriel Ojimadu, and we will be looking at market setups from December 18th through to December the 22nd. But I must ask, how was last week? Last week was a lot of fireworks. We had 4 major interest rate decisions. I want to believe you were able to navigate your way through it all, and probably you came out profitable or you broke even. But I want to believe you didn't lose money back to the market. Anyway, let's look at it again. I will be showing you what my thoughts are as it relates to the market as we wrap up this year. So let's look at what the economic calendars are saying, but I can tell you without even saying so much there, we don't have so much to worry about. It's almost like a clean run as we wrap up the year. Not much of an high impact news will be affecting the market. So we will base most of our decisions on what happened last week and how it's changed or further reinforced the technical patterns we use to formulate our decisions when we are trading. So on Tuesday, we'll see monetary policy meetings on Australian dollar, monetary policy statements, Japanese yen, BOJ press statement, and then CPI data, month-in-month median CPI and trimmed CPI, which will affect Canadian dollar on Tuesday. On Wednesday, we'll also see CPI data year-in-year affecting GBP and consumer confidence to affect USD on Wednesday. Thursday, we'll see final GDP quarter-in-quarter and unemployment claims to affect USD. And on Friday, we will see retail sales, GDP month-in-month, core PCE price index, and reversed consumer sentiment affecting Great Britain pound, Canadian dollar, and USD respectively. So let's go into the chart. Not the chart yet, but then let's go back to other decision-making parameters we use to formulate what we trade into the week. So this is the latest currency strength outlook, what the indicators are saying. But like we always do, we like prefer to compare it to the previous week's data. So let's get there. Okay, well, we make a better comparison. Will be the next slide. Yes, okay, there we are. All right, so you'll see here, looking from the comparative analysis from last week, you'll find out that most pairs were flat because of the anticipated interest rate decisions. So I also wrote it out there in those projections. You know, we have to be wary. Despite all we're projecting, be careful. We are having high volatile news, that is interest rate decisions across board. Well, this week you will see that Swiss franc still came out stronger from 0.3 to 1.0. Japanese yen moving from 0.0 purely neutral to 0.8. Canadian dollar moving from negative 1.7 to 0.5. And also we have Australian dollar moving from negative 1.5 to negative 0.2, so it's increasing in strength, and New Zealand from negative 0.6 to 0.4, increasing in strength. And then we have Great Britain pound losing more strength from negative, moving from negative 1.2 to negative 0.5, so it's also increasing in strength. Likewise, euro negative 3, and now we have negative 1, and the dollar, which increased in more sell-off, that's from negative 1.8 to negative 2.8 into the week projected. So my best pairs to trade are Swiss franc, Japanese yen cards, the upside, that's strong. I have euro, but I didn't write it here, Great Britain pounds, euro, and USD. So best pairs to trade into the week for me are TOS. Swiss franc pairs, I'll be looking to trade euro Swiss franc to the downside, GBP Swiss franc to the downside, and then USD Swiss franc to the downside. And on Japanese yen, I'm looking to also short euro JPY, GBP JPY, USD JPY. And on Canadian dollar, I'm also looking to short euro card, GBP card, USD card. I also believe you know exactly why we are saying short Okay, so because the pairs that are strong are appearing as the quote currency, so we have to sell the base currency because it actually means that we're buying the quote currency. If they are strong, you buy them. So by buying them means you have to sell the other one and take the other side. Okay, so that's basic introductory to Forex anyway. So let's go to the chart to see exactly what the markets are saying, starting with Euro Swiss franc. On Euro Swiss franc, this pair came out last week also as one of the pairs to trade, and in anticipation to the interest rate decision, we anticipated this move, and I said watch it for the 50% Fibonacci ratio. You recall that we had a massive sell-off, and we've been waiting to see this correction to fill up some space here, and we anticipated around the 50 Fibonacci. It didn't even get to the 61.8. So from 50, you could see we started seeing that sell-off again. So into the week, I would like to see further sell-off, at least for price to make it to the last low, which is at 0.9405 level. So if you want to see the bigger picture, market is structured to the downside. We've been waiting for this correction after this massive sell-off. We've had it finally. Now we're making it back to the downside. Recall, if you see here, price made a new low. Okay, it's lower than the last low, so the structure is still to the downside. And of course, you know the theory for a downtrend is that it must continue to form lower lows, lower highs, and that was fulfilled at this level. So I'm expecting further sell-off to the downside. So traders, that's for you. Next on the list is GBP Swiss franc. GBP Swiss franc, also looking at it at the bigger picture, we are actually more or less ranging, okay? But then I'm anticipating a break to the downside from this channel. So on the interim, we have two targets, which I don't believe will happen in 1 week. So what we see here is I'm expecting price at least to take out the last low before we begin to the new momentum sell off to the downside of 1.0836. So a very nice confirmation will be a break of the last low, and this break will also imply the break of the channel. And we all know how to trade channel. All you need to do, get the distance of the channel, find it where the breakout happens, sell to that direction. You can see it's corresponding to another key level, and which is the lower boundary of this channel. So this is very valid. We'll have to wait for that. So if, in case you want to trade, go in right from the opening of the market into the next low. Well, that's all for you, but I'm just here to give what I think the direction will be, the highest probability of the trend. And next is USD Swiss franc. USD Swiss franc. There you are. So USD Swiss franc, we're looking to also go short on it. So if you look at the big picture, we're also sloping downwards. So what I anticipate also to see in this case is the price probably to give us some new rally. If you watch what the dollar index is doing, so we began to see some momentum come back in the market. That's the dollar index, because we had some massive sell-off here. Okay, CPI data, we also had FOMC, massive sell-off there. So what we could see here is some level of correction, which will also affect the USD Swiss franc, some level of correction to the upside before that new sell-off. So if we see any correction into this key level, this would be a good place to look for selling opportunities on USD Swiss franc. So the levels are there. Let me try to mark it for you. So 0.8821. Let's see how many pips that is. So to see if it can happen in 1 week. Yes, it can. This is just 113 pips, which in 1 day it can do this, let alone the whole week. So it's possible we could get that correction into this level before seeing the sell-off into 0.8630 level. So Swiss franc pairs, 3 opportunities there. Choose the best one using correlation analysis. Now let's move on to Japanese yen pairs, and we'll start off with Euro JPY. On Euro JPY, now let's look at the big picture here. So Euro JPY, Japanese is gaining some strength. It's been gaining that strength for a while, and I was warning at some point that when we begin to see Japanese yen regain strength, it's going to be really, really sudden and devastating if you're not taking precautions on it. And you can see that that is already happening. But the last 10 days or so, we see Japanese yen showing some tremendous strength. And in case you were still riding the trend, this could be catastrophic if you were not taking the precautions I've been giving on this channel. So what I see is after those sell-off we had, right now we see a symmetric triangle, and this is more or less a continuation pattern. So after this sell-off, we can see that that consolidation is already occurring. So I would like to see the breakout from this symmetric triangle into these two key levels. One to take out the last low, and next is towards the lower boundary, and that's 149.38 level. Euro JPY. Next on my list is GBP JPY. And on GBP JPY is a bit the same, similar to what we saw on Euro JPY, but in this case, what we're having is more or less, it's more of it's looking like a channel breakout. Now, this will be clearer if we look at it on the line chart. So if you take a look at the line chart, I love this particular setup. It may be my best setup for the week. So you will see which is the best candle chart pattern I like using to target my channels. So you'll see we have the lower bounds, upper bound, lower bound, upper bound 2 times, and now lower bound, and we'll have a breakout, and you can see the pullback, and now price is looking to achieve the profit target for this breakout. So what I like to see is price making it to this key level. So these are profit targets. Yes, it's corresponding to a key level, so thus making it valid. So let's see. Yeah, that's it. So I'd like to see price sell off into 174.17. This is one of my priority trades. Really, I like the setup. GBP, JPY to the downside, 174.17 key target. And last on Japanese yen is USD JPY. Let's get there. USD JPY we're selling. Now, this particular pair has been on the radar also. We saw the breakouts. Let me put it on the line chart so you see that. So we saw the breakouts, the pullback, and now we're seeing the sell-off. Well, the target is still far away to 139.27. So the profit target for the breakout of this channel, we measured it a while ago, some time ago. So you can see so I may need to adjust this. Why did it change? Did I get anything wrong? I'm not sure. But well, let's make some adjustments, which is here. So this is the profit target for this breakout of this channel, and you can see it's traveling within a channel to achieve this goal. All right, price already traveling within the channel. So we could see that correction as we anticipated from the dollar index. The dollar index, yes. Yeah, you see this pullback on the dollar index. So same thing we could expect, just like we saw in USD Swiss franc. We could see that correction up to this level before the sell-off will begin towards 139.90 or 139.27. Okay, so that's it for Japanese yen. And last but not the least, let's go to Canadian dollar pairs. First one is EuroCAD. EuroCAD, we're looking to sell again. And you can see here on the bigger picture, this is on the daily time frame. We had massive momentum sell-off there. So I don't anticipate it to just round, go all the way sell off into our key level of 1.4477. So if there's need, we could see a bounce from this key level support, and then correction into the upper boundary before we start seeing the sell-off. But then anything can happen. This is giving us about 100 pips, but I'll prefer to see this correction. So this correction could be, we could measure it using Fibonacci. So going down to 1 minute, 1 hour time frame, this will give us a better outlook of where to expect this correction. So any correction into 38.50 or 61 key level, that would be a fantastic place for me to sell to get a better risk to reward. All right. Next is Great Britain pounds, Canadian dollar. And in this case, I'm also looking for selling opportunity. You can see that price is already beginning to break the structure. We had this structure, you know, a rallying structure and uptrend. But right now, what we see here is that we're now beginning to create new lows, lower than the previous lows. Now look at that. You see that price already broke this last low, broke this last low, broke this one. So this is really structured to the downside going forward. So I would like to see after the breakout confirmed here, if there is a pullback, what I would like to target is 1.6735 level GBP CAD. And last but not the least is USD CAD. On USD CAD, the big picture is also given. We see price breaking out from a key channels. Yeah, this is a daily time frame channel and it's very significant. So we had that breakout, we have the pullback, and I think price has already achieved the profit target for the breakout from this channel. But then there is still potential more to the downside. You see that? This was already achieved. So, but I still anticipate because of the currency strength meter and all the outlook we see, there is still more push to the downside, and I target that to be around the 1.3255 level. Okay, traders, this is where we draw the curtain. I want to wish you all the best as we wrap up the year. Probably, just probably next week, I may not be available for the weekly Forex forecast, but I will be available to review the market again as we move into the new year. So thank you so much for supporting this channel, for all your comments, for all the likes, and don't forget, and for all the referrals you've made to this channel. Really appreciate it. Next year, I'll put in more efforts to deliver data analysis and all this so that we all can profit from the Forex market. Thank you so much. Have a great week ahead. Bye-bye.